Defence Ministry has pulled down an article in the news section of its website which identified the areas where the Chinese have intruded and when these intrusions began. The article said that the situation in Ladakh remains sensitive and is an evolving situation. But the Defence Ministry, as I mentioned, has pulled down this admission of the Chinese intrusion on its website. The Defence Ministry article said that the intrusions began on the 5th of May onwards. The website identified the areas where the intrusions began, and they've described the situation in eastern Ladakh being sensitive and an evolving situation. That triggered a huge political debate with Rahul Gandhi being involved. We'll come to that political debate with our commentators in a moment from now. But I think the larger question is not about whether the Chinese have intruded or not. They certainly have. The question is, what is the situation as far as the ground situation is concerned? Well, there has been no progress in the last round of commander-level military meetings held in the Ladakh region to further the disengagement process. The status quo in the Pangong Lake area remains the same, with Chinese forces continuing to occupy areas which the Indian Army used to once patrol. In the last round of talks, NDTV has learnt that China wanted India to remove a critical post called the Dhansing Thapa post, located on Finger 3, you can see the number 3 over there, on one of the spurs along the lake in order for Chinese forces to move back towards Finger 8, that's to the extreme right, where India believes the line of actual control lies. Now, India has refused to do this since the post on Finger 3, which is broadly in the area that you see over here, is well within Indian territory. Now, it is believed that another round of talks will be required to persuade the Chinese to move back in the Pangong region. All of the structures that you see on your screen are of constructions made by the Chinese in the last few months. In the Gogra area, there is a sense, however, that the Chinese will eventually complete the process of disengaging by 2 kilometers. That pullback has not been completed thus far. Well, joining us now to look at this, what really is the secret at this stage? Was it necessary for the Defence Ministry to state the inevitable in a rather innocuous document and then pull off that document and then, as if nothing is there, nothing has happened? Joining us now, Lieutenant General Ata Hasnain, the former GOC 15 Corps, the Corps Commander of the 15 Corps, Supriya Shrinate, National Spokesperson of the Congress, Brigadier Anil Gupta, Spokesperson of the BJP and a leader of the BJP in Jammu and Kashmir, and the Strategic Affairs expert Brahma Chelani. Supriya, let me come to you first. Rahul Gandhi raised this, saying that why was the Prime Minister not saying the truth earlier on? My question is this: isn't it quite obvious now to all and sundry that there has been a Chinese intrusion? What was the point that Mr. Gandhi was trying to make?
I think the country needs to know the truth, and from no less than the Prime Minister himself. And I think, Vishnu, the way it went on, the Defence Ministry put up something. What we saw after that was that it was removed from the website. There has to be some credibility to these kind of documents, to these kind of clarifications. First, there has to be credibility to the Prime Minister's word. Him saying there is no intrusion at all, and now we have graphic details of what has happened. China continues to be in our territory, and then the Defence Ministry on its website takes down a document. I mean, you know, this kind of opacity, this kind of lack of transparency, this kind of lack of credibility is perhaps what is emboldening China. And the truth is not going to change because you've taken down a document. I don't think there's anything, nobody's trying to prove a point here. But I think we all want and we all urge the government to come out, accept what is happening, and take on China in so many words. Instead of, you know, playing hide and seek, lying to the opposition and the country, this is not going to help us. China is emboldened today because the government is not even willing to acknowledge the fact that China has transgressed and intruded.
Okay, Brigadier Gupta, should the Prime Minister go on record and explain once and for all the extent of the Chinese incursions, since he has made a statement several weeks back saying that there was no incursion at all?
Vishnu, let's understand. The PMO had clarified then only that the Prime Minister's statement was related to a particular incident at Galwan, and where he has said that after those clashes and because of the action of our brave soldiers, Chinese have been pushed back and there are no Chinese on our soil. It was specific to a particular incident.
But sir, there was an intrusion in the embankment area of Galwan. There's no doubt about that. The satellite pictures show that the Chinese moved back from there. So when the Prime Minister said that there was no incursion, in Galwan, what was he saying? Because the pictures are absolutely
नहीं है.
clear.
Prime Minister said नहीं है. He said अभी उनको वहां से हटा दिया है. अभी वहां कोई नहीं है.
No, the Prime
That is
Minister's
what he said. He
statement.
never-
The Prime Minister's statement was made before the withdrawal from Galwan.
No, the Prime Minister's statement was after that, please. The all-party conference after the Galwan incident taken place. It was the all-party conference after the Galwan incident taken place. So it was related to a specific incident. You can check back.
Okay, this
Now,
is an
secondly,
important
as
point,
far
and
as-
I'd be happy to stand corrected on that point.
Yeah, I request that. Now, secondly, as far as the opposition's prerogative to raise all these issues, they are welcome. They are trying to put the Prime Minister under pressure. But Prime Minister doesn't come under pressure because of tweets. Prime Minister there's a national policy, there is a national, a line which has worked out on how to go about this. As you yourself said, it's an evolving process, it's delicate.
No, I
There's a
didn't say
state
that, by the way.
out.
That's what the Defense Ministry said in that article which they pulled
Okay.
down. The word sensitive
Okay, so-
and evolving or whatever it was wasn't my words. That word was pulled down.
Okay, Vishnu, but we agree. Even I agree to that, and I think you also, in the heart of heart, agree that it's a very delicate situation.
Sure,
and
absolutely.
It's a stalemate, there's no doubt.
But Supriya,
So,
I
effort
think
is
what
being
the
made.
Brigadier has said is important because he's clarified. He says that the Prime Minister's remark saying that there was no intrusion was a statement after the Chinese withdrew from Galwan. If that is the case, how was the Prime Minister inaccurate, which is what Rahul Gandhi suggested?
To put it very simply, with all due respect to the Brigadier, I'm sure he has his reasons to say what he has. The Prime Minister, and I will quote him here, said, "Na koi ghusa hai, na koi ghusa hua hai." He denied any intrusion or any transgression to have taken place. That's my simple, basic understanding of Hindi.
Yeah,
Vishnu,
and
there have
therefore,
been numerous
Brigadier
shows.
Gupta, what is happening in Pangong? Is it not a Chinese intrusion?
It is.
Are
And
you
nobody's ever
asking me?
denied
So
that, by the
therefore,
way.
therefore,
From
if the
day one, it has been
if the Prime
accepted.
Minister says that there was nothing there, what was he referring to?
No, he did not refer to Pangang. That day, he referred only to Galwan incident. That's what I'm trying to say. And it was clarified by the
No,
PMO
Vishnu,
thereafter.
can I just make
So-
a 10-second point, please?
Yes, Supriya, before I go across to my other panelists.
Sure. Just a 10-second point. I have been on various shows in the last 2.5 months. Every spokesperson from the BJP, ever since the Prime Minister made that statement, comes and asserts there is no transgression, there is no intrusion, nowhere has our post been taken over, there is no Chinese soldier in our territory. That is their position. If the Prime Minister had indeed made a
only for
mistake,
Galwan.
why is the
Only for
BJP
Galwan.
propagating the same mistake over and over again? They need to come clean is all I'm saying. Is a very, very simple point.
Okay, I want to go across to General. I want to go across to General Hasnain. General Hasnain, irrespective of whether the Prime Minister was referring only to Galwan and the intrusion over there, or he was referring to the larger issue, the fact of the matter is that there has been a massive Chinese incursion. The pictures don't lie. And the question is this: how far have the Chinese come in? Because the allegation is that Indian territory has been taken over by the Chinese. In a situation like this, is it not important for the Prime Minister to go on record and clarify holistically?
Vishnu, let me start by first of all saying that I have nothing political in this debate. I don't belong to either of the parties. I reinforce what my co-mate Brigadier Anil Gupta, who represents the BJP, I reinforce what he has said, that I have followed this very closely. I have been on various channels at the time when the Prime Minister made this statement, and I reinforce that his statement was in context to what happened at Galwan, post-Galwan, when the situation had been restored. That's number one. Secondly, the term incursion, which we are using very loosely here, it is transgression. We have been using the term transgression since 2005. And this is the accepted
Doesn't
term
it mean the same
Indian
thing?
Army has been using.
An incursion
We
or
don't
a
use the word
transgression?
incursion.
You've crossed the line of control and the line of actual control and have entered our areas.
Illegal
Yes.
crossing of a line. This is what is the definition of
Right.
transgression.
But it means the
Incursion
same
is
thing,
something
General.
which is done
Most
through battling.
respectfully, we are saying the same thing. Transgression or
No,
incursion in
there's a
this
lot of
context,
difference. I
the
won't-
Chinese
I
have
won't
come
debate.
into our areas, our
I
land.
won't debate that, but
Right.
the term is transgression, which is what was put out by the Ministry of Defense
Correct,
also,
correct.
whichever has been withdrawn now. Now let me come back to the last point on this. You
Sir,
see,
it's
in
not been
today's world-
withdrawn. It's the
Vishnu-
page has been taken down.
Yeah,
We
I'm
don't know
aware of
why.
it. I'm aware
There
of
has been no statement to suggest that they've withdrawn it. None
I'm
whatsoever.
aware of it. For whatever reason it's been withdrawn, but I want to make a particular point on this issue, Vishnu, that in today's world, particularly with social media, with the kind of communication channels, the fact that we are debating this in the evening today, there is a thing called communication strategy which has to be played out by the army, by the government of India. Now, if this particular strategy has been worked out in such a manner that they feel that transparency is not in the interest of the nation and not in the interest of the army at a particular time, then so be it. I'm sure they will have to come clean at some stage to mention what exactly had happened. Some kind of a white paper will have to emerge at some stage or the other. We are today in an impasse. There's no doubt about it that we are in a kind of an impasse where some territory, definitely there's been a transgression. We've got various options which are being played upon at the moment. Whether the government of India wants to communicate this to the world, whether it wants to communicate it to China, whether it wants to communicate it to the public, is all a matter of the overall strategy.
Okay, one sec, sir. I want to ask Brahma Chelani that. Dr. Chelani, is it any strategy at all, in your opinion, that people around the country are not informed of the true extent of the incursion? Could that be an acceptable strategy to you?
I think China did not imagine that its aggression would be met with conscious Indian efforts to obscure the aggression. The current Indian approach is a strategic boon for China. The Chinese aggression in eastern Ladakh has drawn encouragement from a similar Indian approach nearly 3 years ago. When China occupied the Doklam Plateau in the autumn of 2017, after ending the standoff with Indian forces, India did not protest. India not only remained silent, but initiated the so-called Wuhan process, which ultimately culminated in China's current encroachments in eastern Ladakh. When history is written, what will stand out is not only the fact that India was caught off guard by the Chinese encroachments in eastern Ladakh, but also India's mishandling of the situation after Indian military patrols discovered the incursions in early May. Since early May, the Indian government, instead of giving a free hand to its army to repulse aggression, has restrained its forces, repeatedly downplayed the intrusions, and it has chosen negotiations over military counteraction. This has given sufficient time to China to consolidate its hold on the encroached areas. In fact, to obviate political embarrassment, the Indian government has sought to shape the narrative at home by obscuring the incursions.
Right.
Now with PLA units well dug in, hopes of a return to status quo ante appear to be fading even within government circles.
I think that really is the bottom line. Supriya, I'll come to you in a moment, but Brigadier Gupta, the bottom line over here is, unlike Kargil, where there was an intelligence failure or reports of an intelligence failure, some said there was no action. Over here, there was intelligence available almost on a real-time basis. We are technically very well equipped. The Chinese moved in large numbers. The date has been given over here on the 5th of May when the incursions actually took place. Was this a lack of decisive political leadership to guide the army? Because the army doesn't fight unless it's ordered to fight. I mean, you wear two hats. You're a political leader, but you're also a soldier. I mean, and therefore, do you not see, some sort of a problem in decision making here?
Vishnu, I don't think so. You see, the very fact that we've been saying that we have been able to mirror deploy the Chinese, that means that decision was taken well in time. To move such large forces into Ladakh from various parts of the country is not an easy task. The fact that they reached there and they were able to counter the Chinese deployment is a fact, or it indicates that decisions were taken well in time. So I would say, and the second thing which you just mentioned, that the actual intrusions or the actual extent is being hidden. It's not being hidden in the news item which are talking of, the article which are talking of the defense ministry side. Actual things were given. They had said that opposite Gogra, they're still holding it in the fingers, they're still holding Depsang, there's a problem. All the areas have been clarified. Galwan, they have left. So whatever was to be told, the public domain has been told. And I don't think that anything has been hidden from the public as of now. So to say that the government is trying to hide things from the public, I would say it's something not.
Dr. Chelani disagrees with you. Dr. Chelani, go ahead with your point. Yes?
Yeah.
The point that I was trying to make is that the only way China will vacate the areas it has occupied is if India imposes costs that make the territorial gains of China unbeneficial to hold. Is India willing to impose substantive costs on China? Unfortunately, India remains unwilling to slap even diplomatic sanctions on Beijing. It has stayed put in unproductive talks with China. And the more India has waited, the harder it has become to militarily push the PLA back and restore status quo ante.
Supriya, let me... okay.
Need to look at what our strategy ought to be,
on some extent.
instead of proposing...
All right, both of you, one moment. I want to go across to Supriya. Supriya, an important point over here is that at so many levels, people would say that this is also a failure of Indian diplomacy going back for several decades. For example, in 1993 onwards, when Prime Minister Narasimha Rao was on a visit to Beijing, or ahead of that visit, there was a decision made to try and ensure that there was a line of peace and tranquility which was defined. The Chinese said, no, let's make it a line of actual control. There was no effort to actually delineate the line by forming groups or push upon the Chinese constantly the need to actually have an LAC which is formed. So therefore, because there is no LAC, they are in areas which we believe are ours. They say that we are in areas which are theirs. And therefore, there is no way to actually prove this. This is a failure of policy, not just now, but a failure for several decades. And diplomacy as much as any military thing.
Let me ask you a counter question. Now, whatever failure this may be being attributed to, what are we going to do today? If today China has transgressed, and if today the status on the ground has changed and we are not being able to patrol up until finger 8, we've been pushed to finger 2.
No, but Supriya, why don't you answer my question? Because the situation now is linked to what it's always been. And it's been so problematic for so many reasons. This entire line of actual control has not been delineated. It's not been delineated by the BJP, it's not been delineated by the Congress or any government. And therefore, they come into areas which they say are theirs. And you know, and so we get into this impasse sort of situation when we have no reaction.
No, I tend to agree with you, but I will only say one thing. With the China policy ever since 2014, and I hate to wear a partisan hat on this, but since 2014 to now, we've had a very, very blow hot, blow cold with China. I mean, you know, the whole individualistic diplomacy that we've done with China, with Mr. Modi and Mr. Xi Jinping talking about their chemistry and the whole bro code, what has it amounted to? It has amounted to a Doklam, it has amounted to a Ladakh late transgression. So all I will say is I really want to go back to the point, and it upsets me, it deeply worries me that the Indian state is trying to do diplomacy with China or any other country today with an eye on the domestic audience. You're trying to save your face here, and which is why you're not even willing to acknowledge China or name them. I just have one question. Why was that page removed? Why was that page taken down? And no explanation whatsoever has still come in from the Defense Ministry. I think it is a matter of concern.
No, but I agree. I think it is a matter of concern. Brigadier Gupta, why would the Defense Ministry be worried about putting the truth on their page and then feel obliged to take it down? Why?
Vishnu, nobody is worried. You will agree with me that all web portals, they have a certain policy. Their news items are posted for a particular time. Thereafter, they are removed. They are updated. New items are put up. It is the responsibility of the duty of the web administrator. Why not?
This was an article written by an officer in the Defense Ministry. It was there for approximately 2 days only. If you go to that particular site, the news section of the Defense Ministry, they've got articles for several months. The articles are not journalistic articles. They're articles posted by officers in the government of India.
Vishnu, I agree with you. It is the responsibility of the web administrator to decide for how long he wants to post a particular item. He has removed it. Why make an issue out of it?
To the Defense Ministry.
As if the Congress wants to take credit, they have forced it. Because of their pressure, it's been removed. Let them take the credit. I don't mind it, but it is a policy.
No, we don't want to take credit. I think this is a matter of concern. But this is not a matter of credit. I think it is a matter of concern.
For 48 hours it was there. Everybody knows it's in the media. What is the concern? What has been hidden? Whatever was to be known has been known.
Sir,
it's open in the media.
Questions on how the government works. It raises questions on why facts are being hidden.
Where is the problem of removing it? Removing an item from a web portal is the responsibility of the web administrator, and he's done it. Who can we question it? Why should we question it? You are adding motives to it. That is what is wrong. There are no motives attached to it.
How can you not add motives to it, sir? I don't think this is a matter of credit. I think it's a matter of concern. And it is plain and simple because it began to be reported and because politicians raised questions, it has been removed because it contradicted the Prime Minister's statement. It is as simple as that. There are no two ways about it.
It does not contradict the Prime Minister's statement at all. It has been issued by the same ministry No, it doesn't. I don't agree with that. That Vishnu has already clarified. I don't agree, and we don't want to get in discussion one-to-one with you. I don't agree with that. Now, let me clarify the second thing. What are the other issues you have made?
Okay, but one second. While you get your thoughts, together, I want to go across to General Saab, who's been waiting very patiently. General, the basic problem over here is no one really knows in the public domain where the line of actual control is. It is broadly understood to those of us who cover this more than we cover anything else that the line of actual control in most areas in eastern Ladakh lies ahead of our patrolling points. Therefore, if one talks about China's incursion, if they have gone beyond our claim of the line, of the line of actual control and come towards our side, then that means we have lost territory. So therefore, should there not be some sort of clarity on where our perceived notion of the LAC actually is, because that is our line of claim, so that we know whether or not the Chinese have transgressed and taken over our claim areas or not?
See, Vishnu, first of all, I don't think there will be anyone, even in the army, who will be able to tell you very clearly on the ground where exactly the line of actual control is. There are maps there are no doubt. No one can exactly, it's not so that from point to point it's not there at all. So there is a degree of fuzziness about the line of actual control. That's one issue. And the other aspect is that if it has happened, if a transgression has happened, there's no doubt about it that it has to be restored. A status quo ante has to be restored. I consider this situation as something which is still evolving, as we always talk about. In all my earlier assessments with you, I've always said November is the date that we should be looking off and the onset of winter comes. I'm in fact taking it beyond now and taking it January, February, March perhaps. This is an evolving situation. One thing you have to remember, we have not cut off diplomatic ties with China. We are still maintaining a military dialogue with China. Things haven't deteriorated to that extent. A military dialogue is still continuing. And their demand has been to remove a certain post. We have refused that. Isn't the same kind of a thing happens on the LOC also against Pakistan? This is not something new.
But General Hassain, we are now talking to the Chinese after they have imposed their will on us.
Clearly defined.
General Hassain, absolutely. Can't disagree with the word you are saying, other than the fact that we are now talking to the Chinese after they have imposed their will on us. The point which Supriya was making is that why have we allowed the Chinese to impose their will on us in the first place? And after they went and did it, why didn't we not acknowledge the situation that we are in?
We will have to go back to the 5th of May to discuss this. We can progressively discuss this for the next 1 hour. I can assure you Supriya is not going to be convinced, because she's come making up with her mind made up that there's a line which she has to follow here. There's no doubt about that. But I want to assure you that on the 5th of May, whatever happened, 9th of May in Sikkim, whatever happened, it happened as something which was out of the ordinary,
yes,
which happened in this year in a situation of the COVID-19 pandemic, with the attention, no doubt, diverted in different directions. Whatever happened at that time,
so this was a malicious attempt by China at eating away at our territory. And we are sitting debating this after they have dug into our territory that you have fought as a soldier to protect.
They have dug into that territory. There's nothing permanent about it. As I told you, the situation is evolving. There's nothing permanent about it.
General, it's our land. It's land which you fought to protect.
Absolutely.
It's land, right?
And I'm telling you, it's not permanent.
And the Chinese are now in our land, and we are having this debate about it's nothing.
I don't think the government of India or the Indian army has taken the last decision yet. As I told you, this is an evolving situation.
Okay.
And let's give ourselves time till at least
November. 10 seconds, please.
Supriya,
please do.
Supriya, go ahead. Yes.
I'll just take a very little while. I feel, and I say this with all sincerity and responsibility and with all due respect, General, I haven't come up towing a line here. I really think this government has fallen prey once again, even on the China transgression and the China issue, to optics and headline management. That is exactly what they have done with every big issue that the country has come to face, whether it was Corona, whether it is unemployment, whether it is the economy, and now the China issue. It is optics that are being managed. It is headline management that they're
I gave it a better terminology. I didn't call it optics. I called it communication strategy. And that's a part of warfare.
It's also an optics.
I'm sorry, sir. I
modern warfare.
disagree. I respectfully disagree, sir, simply because The
You can't
government
disagree.
will say
You
one
have
thing,
to go
but the
back.
party
You have to
can
go
be
back and
viewed
study
on the other.
warfare
Sir,
to
I
understand
agree
what
on
warfare
values.
is.
All right, both of you, 1 second, no fighting.
You
Brigadier
haven't
Gupta,
understood
Brigadier
warfare.
Gupta, last word, 30 seconds, I need to wrap this up. Yes.
Yeah. Firstly, I do not agree to this comment of that it's in optics. The government has been only resort to optics. I don't agree.
Okay.
And General Hasnain has clarified it. Secondly, she made a reference of that after 2014, it's only blow hot, blow cold. This blow hot, blow cold is better than bow down and bow down. That was being followed in 2013. It was meek surrender to every aggression by Chinese. It was meek surrender by the Congress government.
Sir,
then.
how would you
And we
then
have to
say
accept
that it's
it.
meek surrender now if they are in our area, sir?
No, because those situations, they are terminated. This situation just not terminated. This is still evolving. We have not ended this situation.
All right, so let's wrap this up
Situation is
over here,
continuous.
and I take
So therefore, it is not
what
surrender.
General Hasnain and the Brigadier was saying. The last word has not been written on this. Let us hope the Chinese do go back. Let us hope the territory we consider to be ours is sacrosanct once again, because what's happened in the last few months certainly raises a lot of questions. I don't think anybody would doubt that. We'll leave it at that.